Happy New Year. Happy New Year to all of you. Thank you so much for joining us on the 1/1/2019 Double Digit. This is our absolute favorite one because we are here in Branson with Randy in his studio. We get to do this once a year, and it's just so much fun. And we got my husband Dave in the background. We're so excited to be with all of you. As you come in, please say hello in the chat window. We love to see where you're coming from, and tell us where you're coming from. And and just know that we are so excited.
That's right.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Happy New Year!
Happy New Year. So, before we get started, I'm going to have to turn this thing off.
This is hypnotic. You know, it's one of those things to where you can watch it from any angle. This is the new energy of this year. How about that, huh?
Wow.
Woohoo!
I like it.
And then
Maybe
you
I'll
get
put-
that little space thing going. You know, that's the atom, right? We are all atoms in the universe.
We're having way too much fun right now.
Yeah. See, this is what happens. We just get distracted. So before we get started, I want to welcome all of you. I think I'm going to have to turn this off. I want to welcome all of you to the 1/1/2019 Happy New Year Day Double Digit Activation. Live here in Branson with me, Joy Roby, Marilyn Harper.
Right here in the wings.
And Randy Rando
Rando Luna.
You got close, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we're having a little bit of a hard time speaking here.
It's
Before
because
we
your
get
head
started,
your crown is flashing.
I know it must be my crown chakra is epileptic or something up here. I don't know.
Be aware of what you say.
Yes, be aware. Be aware. That was just a joke. Okay, so before we get started, we are live streaming, and I know that we have a lot of people with us for the very first time. So be sure that you close everything else on your computer except for your Zoom window. It takes a lot of bandwidth to live stream, and we want to make sure that it's as clear as possible. If you have any questions, we will be having a live Q&A with Adironnda later on. So if you have questions, ask now in the question window because we ask them in order pretty much. Sometimes you may hear your question combined with somebody else because it was similar, and try to ask a universal question. I do pass over personal questions sometimes, but you can ask a personal question in a way that it is universal and interesting to everybody else. Get direct to the question. Don't get into your story. We also have a couple special offers on this broadcast. We would love to have those of you who are not double-digit subscribers joining us this year because we have a very special program rolling out. So we'll have an offer for you. And if you are a subscriber, hang on because we have a really, really special offer for our double-digit subscribers. It will be in your hub. If it's not there right now, it'll be there shortly, but it's really, we're excited about it.
Well, you know, we have a lot of people on that are new to us right now. We have a lot of people on that are new to us right now. So maybe you need to explain exactly what the double digit is.
Yeah. The double digit has been happening since 2009. We call it the double digit because it's actually Adironda's term. And if you don't know who Adironnda is, you will meet them in just a second and we will explain to you who they are. But the double digit started in September of 2009 on 9/9/2009. And it's all about numerology, but it's very different than the numerology that you'll find from other sources. It's probably closest to Sanskrit, but it's Adironda's way of helping us understand the messages from the universe. And they happen all around us all the time. You see numbers in license plates and addresses, in the clock. 1111 is a very significant number. 444 right now is a very significant number. And we actually have a book coming out this month that will be available to everybody that goes into depth. It's an interview with Adironnda explaining what the double digits are all about. So every month on the double digit, 112233, March 3rd, 44, April 4th, we do a live webcast across the planet so that people can understand Adironda's message of the month.
There's a lot of feedback, and there's an echo that's coming through.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know where it's coming, but we're going to try to fix it. And yes, your video is a little slow. Not that Joy is a little slow, but the video is a little. Is my video? My video is still fine, though, right? There's an echo as Joy and Marilyn are in the same room. It will go away as soon as the mics are muted. I can mute my mic.
Yeah, that should take care of it. That did take care of it. Okay. All right. So any questions about the double digit for those? Actually, if you have questions about double digits, put it in the question window because Adironnda loves when you ask them questions. They would love to do a 3-day live Q&A with everybody because they really love that. So before we get going, I talked about the Q&A. I talked about live streaming. Make sure everything else is closed on your machine except the Zoom video window. Video window. Okay. I'm getting my words all mixed up. Without any further ado, I would like to turn it over to Marilyn Harper, my business partner, my best friend, and she'll tell you a little bit more before we get started. But from the bottom of my heart, I just want to welcome you to the 1/1/2019 double digit. Take it away, Marilyn.
Hello. So now Joy needs to mute her microphone. I'm here in the same screen with Rando.
Hello,
Luna.
yes.
Yes, Randy is Maestro Magnificent. He does all of our music on the double digit. He does all of our music on all of our recordings. And he is going to today play a very specific music that is encoded with a balance and shift and acknowledging the flow of all the changes that are coming in 2019. And that will be encoding into your inner energy field. However, live, the thing that is a little tricky is live, the sound has to be at a certain level. Otherwise, you get all kinds of feedback. So when you get the recording, and you'll each get a copy of the recording, it will have the Adironnda track, it will have the Q&A track, it will have the activation track, and it will have a separate track with just Randy's activated music. So it will play through to help you through 2019.
And you probably see I have a microphone in my hand. Everything is professionally recorded. So you will get, the quality may not be the best right here on live, but everything is being recorded and it'll be fantastic studio quality.
Because Randy is also the magic studio quality mixer maestro.
With the blinky hat.
With the blinky hat. I don't know that Adironnda is going to take with the hat.
No, she will probably throw it. Yeah, so you probably better.
I'm just thinking that
we better take the hats off.
I want to see what Adironnda does. Oh, look at my hair! How fun is that? What Adironnda does with that, though, that's the key.
Oh boy,
that looks like something that Adironnda would have a lot of fun with.
Yes, absolutely. I like me better in the hat, though. I don't know. I think it looks better.
I don't have a lot of hair, so I probably need a hat.
So, if all of our sound is okay. And everything else is good? Okay, we're ready to go. So Randy's going to play us out and play Adironnda and the Council of Light in, and then we will see what happens. I know I'm gonna have to stop this hat from blinking, otherwise Adironnda, anything that jiggles or anything that twinkles or draws, it's like a squirrel. See, the hat is, we got these at the Hughes Brothers show last night.
There you go.
And they're very fun. And I've got now a black one and a red one. Joy has a black one and a purple one. So, just... I feel like I haven't breathed for about 15 or 20 minutes. So I'm just going to take a moment and breathe. I deliberately clear and seal this space on all sides, all directions, above and below. So that all information, all energy is filled with all that is goodness and light. I'm so grateful for this mission that we have to be a direct channel for the Holy Spirit and the cosmic Christ consciousness. I'm honored by the presence of each of our master guides, teachers, and angels. I know that they hold the intention that all healing, all information is for the highest good and highest joy each person that listens to this now or any time in the future. I'm also thankful to be able to step aside my own personal beliefs and paradigms, my own programs, my own ideas and contracts, so that all information that comes through is clear, concise, and succinct. If necessary, I open the Akashic records to be able to see past, present, and future. And for this I give thanks. So it is a good day to you. It is so wondrous to see your energy, your love, your light. We give thanks to the divine Randy Luna. This is the year of change. This is the year of moving forward in your energy. We give thanks to Randy Randall. We give thanks to the joy. We give thanks to David Roby. And we give thanks to sparkling things here. Huh? Because that is the energy of focus. That is the energy. So you might as well get your sparkles on now. Because you see, in the sparkling energy, what that is doing is that is reflecting the iridescent quality of you. That is reflecting the iridescent quality of all the world that is around us. 2 plus 1 plus 9 adds up to a 12, which 1 plus 2 then adds up to a 3, which is catalytic change. Not just change, but catalytic change, depending on who you are listening to. It is also about the energy of the divine beings of light, the ascended masters. It is about acknowledging those ascended masters that are indeed coming to anchor their energy within your heart, within your core, within your energy, within your field, within your spectrum, within your home, within your town, within your city, within your state, within your country, within your continent, within your planet. You see, that is also the 3. So that is going on all year long. So this is the time. This is the year. If you want to learn to channel, this is the time. If you want to learn to be more intuitive, this is the time. If you want to learn to heal holographically, this is the time. If you want to learn to build your business through energetic marketing, this is the time. If you want to find out who you are and what your mission is on the planet, this is the year. Because the cataclysmic changes that are taking place are now wrapped in compassion. You see, change is one thing. When you have the 1/1/2019, that adds up to a 14, which 1 plus 4 then equals 5, which is change. So you are double changed. That is that cataclysm that's going on right now. Please take a deep breath, dearest beings of light. We know change, to many, represents something that is negative, represents fear, represents pain, represents old energy that is bubbling up to the surface and thinking, oh my goodness, how can I have this change? How can you not? So when you wrap that change with flow, when you wrap that change with compassion, when you wrap that change with love, when you wrap that change with joy, when you wrap that change with peace, when you wrap that change with the ability to see beyond the immediate shift and see what the outcome of that shift is, that is what is happening in all of 2019. We know there are eclipses, there are solar moons, there's elliptoids, there's all kinds of meteor showers, there's all kinds of astrological energy that is happening right now in this year. It is exciting, isn't it? For you see, dearest beings of light, you have volunteered to be here on this planet at this time. There are many who have jumped off and decided to leave, but through the miracles of love, through the miracles of technology, through the miracles of modern medicine, through the miracles of traditional doctors, that energy is now catapulting, catalytic. It's like an ignition switch. You know how when you have one of those long lighters that you light fireplaces with, and you click the switch and it clicks and you click and it clicks and then all of a sudden you get this flame bursting out. That is what is happening this year. You may have been clicking and clicking and clicking in last year, because last year was about new beginnings. Last year was stopping and seeing what it is that you are choosing in this world. This year, take a deep breath, dearest. The catalytic change of compassion in every aspect of your life. acknowledging the ascended masters that are indeed working with the beings of light on this planet through you, not outside of you, through you. In the past, you may have put those ascended masters, those teachers that seem to be smarter than the human that is within you, outside of yourself. In this year, they are aligning with your source, with your spirit. Now, it has happened before. This is not new information. But in this year, you get the opportunity to acknowledge that. Is to acknowledge that the masters, to learn your own mastery, to practice your own mastery. That is why we entitled Holographic Healing Level 4, Practicing Mastery. It is much more than learning how to look into bodies and realign them. It is about being the master that you are here to be and leading others into their own mastery as well. That is the cataclysmic change that is occurring. You see, these changes, many times they may at the moment feel like the cataclysmic has pulled the slingshot back and you're still soaring through the air, waiting to land somewhere that you know not where. Well, always know that when you trust that information, when you trust that energy, you will land on a pillow and have a soft landing. Because that is your intention. If, as you're soaring through the air, through the changes that are occurring, you're looking down and you're thinking, oh dear, oh no, we've got barbs down there, we've got mountains down there, we've got all kinds of things that could hurt us down there, then that is what will show up for you. Take a deep breath. This is a year of changes. This is a year that we are shifting as well. This is a year that we are working, plurking, play plus work equals plurk. We are plurking through you as well as others. You see, the ascended masters that are working through you on this planet, that is why it is so important for you to understand how to separate your ego from reality. Your ego's intention from that message of light that is excommunicating you from your own soul. Now is the time to communicate with your soul. In this coming year, it has already begun. It began in 1229. We have friends that got new organs in their body when it was not possible for that to happen before. We have friends that decided to cross into the other realm to help from the other side. So understand that the energy that is right here, right now, is very strong energy. There is nothing wimpy about this energy. Breathe into that. That is why it is now that our book is coming out. So you have a reference book. Double digitology, eh? It is now that we are working, we are plurking. For our mission is to help you balance totally and completely in the line of alignment and flow. So all of those shifts are coming with ease and grace and love and compassion, joy, laughter. And when the shifts do cause you to take a deep breath and step back, you see the illumination cutting through the illusion of the ego. You see the illumination of the alignment, just as you see the illumination of the alignment of the stars for this year. This is a year that is a cacophony of compassion. This is a year when, if it is not compassion, it is the opposite. You know, if it is not love, it is fear, yes? So, which are you choosing? Love and compassion, which are the same. Benevolence, which is also the same. Or fear. It is interesting that we have three words right off the top of our energy to describe that compassion. And we only have fear on the other side. And yet, if you hold a sign up to yourself, as we have said before, that just says fear on it, that is all you see. And if you hold a sign up that says love on it, that is also all you see. If you hold a sign up that says compassion on it, that is also all you see. So which is it that you are choosing? This is the cataclysmic year of compassion. This is the year to really, truly, once and for all, be you. That is why we are asking our vessel Marilyn and the Joy to go to what seems like every city in the universe. It's not quite every city. There's a few that we are missing. To help you learn that living in this quantum energy is different than it was even 2 or 3 years ago. Yes, everything changed in 2012. It shifted again in 2017. And now it is shifting every year until the dimensional frequency of this planet is all in the same realm, as safely and easily as possible, because that is what is happening. The dimensional shift of this planet is moving through fractal time, is moving through that energy, is moving through that vibration. And yet, in its divine perfection, the great Mother Gaia is supporting all. The great Mother Gaia is holding you, yes, you, personally, in her heart of love. So what we say is anything then that separates you from that love, you from that compassion, you from that joy, you from that peace, stop it. That is another reason why we are going city to city, if necessary, to acknowledge that life, even if it is filled with cataclysmic changes, can still be held in the benevolence of you, can still be held in that divine flow. It just depends on what you are choosing to create. The Joy is choosing to create a year of gratitude. So even when 2 minutes ago, it seems like, maybe it was 20 minutes ago, there was all kinds of fervor going on in this area. We've got lights, we've got sound, we've got action, we've got sparkly lights, we have blinkly lights, we don't know what we're doing, we do know what we're doing. And oh, look, we can play music too. You see, dearest, then it all comes down to what you are grateful for. We are grateful for you. So what is one word to describe what your vision is? Just one word. Because anything else is too much. It must be a change of simplification. What one word? I want to write it in the chat window. Joyce is gratitude. The vessel Marilyn's is compassion. What is your word for 2019? Then we will take all those words and work them into weekly messages. What a great idea. We get ideas as we speak. You see, it is about taking one tiny aspect in your world and shifting that tiny aspect. It may be cleaning out a drawer. And if you clean out that drawer with the intention of cleaning out an aspect of your world to make room for something new and wonderful, gratitude, love, joy, blah, 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 then so it is. It is about acknowledging that you know you are a master. You know the mastery that is growing within you. And as that mastery is growing within you, it is growing in your field. And as it is growing in your field, then it is growing into the field of others. Then it is growing into the conscious shift of illumination. Then it is growing into the then it is growing into you. You understand, dearest beings of light, this is a new year. 2019 is that catalytic change. 2020 is about living that change. It is about the divine partnership, the master builder that you have built, that is catapulting you into success on all levels, whatever that success may be defined as. So no, this is also the year that anything that is blocking your path is going to be coming up to be dealt with. Take a deep breath on that one, eh? It is going to be coming up to be dealt with. And as it is coming up to be dealt with, you're breathing through it. For you see, it was just a few days ago that someone asked the vessel Marilyn and the Joy, what is blocking you? They couldn't quite verbalize it at that moment, because they understood that it was a much larger question than, oh, well, blah, 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 this and that. They've always talked about this and that. It is not the this and that is blocking you. That is just the illusion created by your ego. But it is something much deeper. The music that you are hearing today by the Master Adironnda Luna will encode within you that energy that removes those blockages. Yet you must still be the one to take action. You must still be the one to acknowledge that life, that joy, that acknowledgement, that focus of your action. You see, there are many, many reasons why you cannot do something that you are choosing to do. Do you know what we call those reasons? Maddening excuses. You see, they're maddening because they make you angry at yourself, which that is the worst person to be angry at, because then you just take it out on everyone else. Yes? and excuses to just explain why I didn't do this, why I didn't do that, why I couldn't do that, blah, 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 blah. That is your ego trying to convince you to remain small. Convince you that you're not able to live your life destiny. So just turn to that little ego and tell it that you love it, and then be quiet. For you see, that ego is all based upon past paradigms. It is all based on what it has created in the past for you to keep the drama all stirred up. But now, today, 1/1/2019, you are moving into the catalysm of change, which is not ego-driven. There is no paradigm for where you are moving into now. So you can try your best to communicate with things and act with things and respond or react as you did last week or last month with lots of maddening excuses or some story or some infinite information to convince you that it is not possible. Or you can realize that the infinite possibilities are now here. The infinite possibilities that everyone has been talking about for year and year, saying everything is infinitely possible. This year, that is the change. This year, you are the catalyst of change. And you've got the backing and the support and the internal vibrational energy and wisdom of all the ascended masters that are within you. There are teachers that will help you learn this. Be aware. Understand that you know what you need to know. You just might get to bring it to the surface. Understand that in that cataclysm of change, benevolence still resides. Compassion, love is the foundation of that change. So therefore, it is time to be grateful for that change. So when everything is going what feels like pushing against you, you still get the opportunity to trust. You still get the opportunity to hold that vibrational frequency of love. And as you are holding that vibrational frequency of love, know that the catalytic energy turns from being like an explosion to being like an opening flower. Which would you prefer? You see, the opening of a flower that is a bud, a flower, is still a cataclysmic change, yes? Now the flower already knows its destiny. It knows when it is born in the seed what it is going to look like. Your seed may know that, but your brain, your energy, your heart may not quite understand it yet. That is what this year is about. You must have a spiritual practice. Breathe. You must acknowledge the stillness in the way that you can. Because in that stillness, that is where the answers are. That is when you listen closely enough for the ascended masters that are within you to speak. And to know that they are you. Now you've got that 3. In the English, the 3 is like this. And as that 3 is like this, the bell rings to remind you that it is still about the 3. But you see, that 3 has no firm foundation. It is a rocky foundation. If you look at it in one way, it could be half of an 8. So it is half of abundance and infinite energy. Or if you look at it another way, it is still in perfect symmetry, even though the bottom is rocky. A 3 is also could be made up of 3 wands, 3 eyes standing up, or 3 wands standing up, which is also 3. That means you've got the courage to stand without that foundation, as that foundation is rocky. So where are you putting your foundation? In this whole year, the foundation is going to be moving around a bit. It is like sitting on one of those balls, you know? You know those balls that they make to sit on that make your back healthier? It is like sitting on one of those. It moves around. That is what you're doing with every step you are taking this year. Take a deep breath. It sounds like a threat, doesn't it? It is not. But if you look at it and say, today, 1/1/2019, this is what I am creating in this year. One word, compassion. One word, gratitude. One word, clarity. One word, wisdom. One word, heart. One word, health. One word, illumination. One word, enlightenment. What is it? And then what are you going to do about it? Are you going to write in your journal, write in your book, oh, this is what you're doing this year, and then forget about it when you close the book? How many times have you done that? And how has that helped, eh? No, this year, today, we ask that you set your intention for that divine clarity. And then brainstorm it for at least 22 minutes. That is the master builder that is within you. I saw Marilyn is saying, so that's why you always say 22 minutes. Sometimes we know some things that she does not. And sometimes she knows some things that we do not. So then brainstorm it for 22 minutes, all of the possibilities, until you come to one clear sentence. And then every single day, you get the opportunity to do something towards that outcome. You see, you can set all the intentions that you want to set, and you can hold all the energy, and that will flow very well. But sometimes you get the opportunity to take action, even if that action is just to sit and meditate on it. Even if that action is to get up out of the sofa and take action. Even if it is to open your front door. Even if it is to move forward in that energy. Take a deep breath. That is what we help facilitate in creating synchronicities, to master the superhuman that is within you. You see, when they began this superhuman plague shop that they are working with, they did not even know what the theme for this next year was. That is how that divine order works. Because that superhuman is about acknowledging all of the master teachings that are within you and finding them and pulling them out so you can indeed use them. Breathe that in, dearest. Breathe that in. This is your year. Repeat it after us. Put your hand on your heart. Put both hands on your heart. Why not? And repeat this phrase after us. This is my year. This is my year of joy. This is my year of love. This is my year of change into my own divine centered beingness. Because I love myself and I am willing to learn to love myself more. So I can indeed help others learn to love themselves more. So I can indeed be the cataclysmic change that I wish to see in this world of compassion, of gratitude, of benevolence, of peace and joy. And so it is. So we know we have many questions that are coming up. We see the little sheet, we've got hundreds of questions, it looks like. We have that energy. So we have just a few minutes to answer just the biggest questions before we do an activation with the Master Randy Luna to encode your own answers. So what are the questions, dearest Joy?
There's a lot of questions, Adironnda. There's a lot of questions. You know, maybe we can answer these in a kind of a bulk method. Would that be okay? A lot of people want to know what's happening with the political energy for the U.S. next year, especially around Marianne Williamson. Could we put those all together?
Well, if indeed Marianne Williamson runs for president, then it is up to you to convince every person that you know to vote for her. Take a deep breath. We don't often tell people what to do when it comes to politics. You see, that dear red-headed fellow, I don't know what color hair dye he uses, but he's quite a catalyst of change, isn't he? For he has highlighted everything that is wrong in this world or the planet or the lack of integrity. You need to shut your microphone off. For the lack of integrity. You see how attention we are, huh? We may not use all of our words, but we are paying attention anyway, huh? You see, that catalyst of change paved the way for a brand new energy. If what is going to happen really does look like it could, then you cannot sit on your sofa. You cannot say, oh, well, I want this to happen and have it happen. Because the resistance is very strong. You must promote your values. You must promote your non-negotiables. The wisdom, the love. How exciting would it be to have a leader of the most powerful nation in the world be a student of the Course of Miracles?
Wow.
Take a deep breath on that one, huh? You see, that is what is coming. Now, you can go all about all the scary, negative, blah, blah, blah you want to, and then you are the problem. So I ask you, get off of your sofa and open your front door. And when someone is beginning to talk about what changes they want to see, it is a good point to mention that Mary Ann Williamson has been promoting love for as long as we have been here on this planet, which is only about 20 years. Next year is our 20-year anniversary. She has actually been doing it longer than that. We would love to see a woman of integrity. And we believe that the way has been paved for that massive of a shift. That is what we call cataclysmic change. But it does not happen by itself. Many of you became lackadaisical during the last because there was not much of a choice, it seemed. This is your choice. You chose to have cataclysmic change in your world, and you've got it. Now hold the action for that intention to be the intention of love and compassion and wisdom. Next question.
Adironnda, there are quite a few questions here about the number 3. 333, 333. There's a lot of information out there on the internet, and people are asking for your take on it.
Well, this whole broadcast is about the 3 and the 33 and the 333 and all of that. It all magnifies. It magnifies the ascended master that is within you. It magnifies the change, the cataclysmic change that is a catalyst. What is a catalyst in your world? Where are your turning points? Where are you shifting your direction? That every time you see 333 on the clock, then someone, the angelic realm, is asking you to turn direction. Every time you see 33 somewhere on a license plate or something, they're asking you, what is your new idea? Because 33 adds up to a 6. They're asking you to pay attention. They're asking you to clear the way for your own voice. Pay attention to the water. It is important that you pay attention to the water. The water is a weakness on this planet. It is also important for you to speak. We feel many of you with our last question and answer thought, how can I do that? I can't speak my truth. What will people think? What will they do? They might judge me. If that is your choice, that is your choice. So every time you see a 33 or a 3 or a 333 or the magnified X, extra 3333, then you know that those ascended masters are tapping on you. Open the door. Take that action. You see, 3333 adds up to a 3. 3333 adds up to a 12, which is still a 3. So it is about finding that level of balance magnified. It is about finding that level of vibration magnified. And we have faith in you. We know that you can. But be aware that speaking it is also important. Next question.
There's quite a few questions here about health and healing. What are the spiritual meanings behind it, and what action should people take when they have received a harsh diagnosis?
Well, dearest, we are thankful for that question because we are starting with our vessel Marilyn and the Joy holographic healing level 4 on January the 10th. Now, that holographic healing level 4 is about practicing mastery. It is about practicing the master that is within you. It is the vessel Marilyn and the Joy said that you have to have the others before you can take that one. Well, that is not true any longer. You can have the other ones. They will help. But holographic healing 4 is about the new dimension of healing. It is about the new energy of connecting you to the healer that is already there. So when you are having health aspects, yes, there is an emotional issue that is going on. Yes, there is something within you that seems out of balance, or there is something within you that causes your nose to run, which is a symptom of inner crying or asking for help. Take a deep breath. You have a challenge with your heart. Ask what that challenge is all about. You can go in holographically and correct the physical challenge. The emotional component, which is every bit as powerful as the physical component, is really the one that you get the opportunity to deal with. We will tell a wondrous story about a dear friend. A year and 2 months ago, while we were in Thailand, shortly after that, she got the diagnosis that her liver was broken. Something was wrong. It was not supporting her body. The liver carries your anger. So this divine, energetic, loving, benevolent being still had a very deep core of old anger that she had not quite dealt with, and she was sure did not know that. So she spent a year of her life dealing with that and regenerating her liver. And dealing with that and regenerating her liver and receiving and taking care of herself. When she is so much used to taking care of everyone else. Taking care of all the details for as many people as possible. Creating new programs worldwide to teach young people. Creating new programs worldwide to build orphanages in South Africa. And yet she was stopped by her own liver. So she had to stop and take care of herself. And you may think, well, she just regenerated her liver. And yet, she did not. Instead, she got to connect with Western doctors and Western miracles and trust that was part of the process. Trust. That trusting the opposition, Western doctors, are a part of the answer. And when she flipped that and said, I will do whatever it takes, I will go wherever the universe has me go. I am a galactic being of love. They put a new liver in her body on 12/29. Miraculously so, because she was only on the list for a couple of weeks. But they found a match for a very unusual liver. And what she did was trust. What she did was trust that the energy is in the divine flow, even though all evidence may be pushing against that divine flow. And a person can still say, well, I don't know how I signed up for this one, but obviously I did. And now she can be a beacon of hope for traditional doctors and a beacon of hope for all, just as you are. And that is one of the things that the 3 has to say. She is an ascended master in a human body, as are you. We don't know if we answered the question, but we like the answer anyway. Next question.
There are a few answers. Can you help me get me back in my body, Adironnda?
No.
There are a few questions here about the water. People are asking if you could clarify what you mean about that.
Yes, pay attention to the water. We brought that warning in our very first year on this existence in 1999. Pay attention to the water. And if we had any doubt, all of the water in that giant jacuzzi dematerialized in the time period of an hour without a wet drop left. The water, you get the opportunity to be proactive with the chemicals that are being put into the water, dumped into the water, mined from the water. The chemicals that are in the fish in the water. Be aware that it is no longer possible for you to be an innocent bystander and not care for anything and go on about your little merry way with your eyes closed. You are now the proactive person for this planet. Without water, where would this planet be? There are some who have predicted that by 2048, this planet will be without water, or without good water. We do not accept that prediction. Instead, we know that the peoples of this planet will look into and research what it will take to cleanse the water and keep it clean. What it will take to keep the water growing healthy vegetables and feeding healthy animals, including humans. That is what we mean by pay attention to the water. We do not mean to frighten you, but we mean to know that water is a point that is necessary for human existence, and it is a point that can be a weakness because humans are dumping chemicals into the water all day long. Yet you are in a place of deciding not to stand for that. Breathe into that. We hear you saying, "What can I do?" What can you not? You can begin by educating the town that you are living in and seeing what the chemicals the factories in your town are putting in the water. You can start there. You can start by finding out what chemicals the drilling companies in the oceans are doing and what can be done to shift that drilling. This is your planet. This is your home. Would you allow someone to come into your home and dump a big pile of poo into your living room? No. The same is happening with your water. So do some research on what the changes can be made. Next question. We'll take one more question and then we'll activate.
Okay, then I have the perfect question. People are asking where they can get your meditations and Randy's music. And that's a perfect segue for me, Adironnda, because I want to let you all know that we have a special offer going until 1/11/2019, which is the first subscriber double digit of the year, that you can save 10% off of everything in our store by just simply going to the store and typing in the code HAPPY 2019. I'll put it in the chat window, or if Julie's there, she can put it in the chat window. But you can get 10% off anything That's the holographic healing. That is the recordings, the CDs, the bracelets to change habits, the plurk shops, anything in our store
The
except
quantum
the swords.
adventures. The swords are not in the store.
Except the swords, because the swords are not in the store. But you can get 10% off. You can even get 10% off of the double digit if you want to subscribe. And here's the best part. If you are a double digit subscriber, you get 20% off anything in the store because you already get 10% off anything in the store anytime when you're a subscriber. So this is like a great deal until 1/11/2019, until the first double digit. So the promo code is HAPPY 2019. No spaces, all one word. And you just put that in the promo for anything that you want to purchase. And for the subscribers, your special code is in your customer hub site. So you just go log in and you'll get the special code there. So, I mean, it's a great deal because if you sign up for the double digit, then you go to your hub and you get 10% off the double digit, and then you get the code for 20% off of anything in the store. So that's how you can get Randy and Marilyn's meditations. First of all, when you're a double digit subscriber, you get Randy's music like 3 or 4 times a year. We do a special recording with him, and they're amazing. Marilyn and Randy have dozens of recordings up in our store, and they're working on more. The plurk shops have their own set of meditations that we do specifically when we are in those workshops. So this is a fantastic deal.
So that was not an answer to our question, yes?
What was your question?
We do not remember now. So in that capacity, know that Randy, the master, and we are creating just a few more personalized guided meditations for 2019 in this month of January only. So that also is included in this broadcasted discount for till 1/11. So understand that in this energy, that you are the catalyst, you are the connector, you are the one that is the line in between the dots. And now we're bringing in the master to activate that. Know that the music you may or may not hear. Very good. We love it. This is the energy of today. It may seem like a swirling energy. That is why we ask you to balance. Dearly beloveds, you are the trilogy of love. You are the acknowledged energy of all of humanity. You are the illuminated ones. In the transmission of this music, those old blocks are relaxed, integrated, with love. And as you breathe, you feel that love from your heart expand. Radiate beyond where you thought possible. With the gentleness of compassion. With the gentleness of gratitude. Yes. What is changing in your world? What is your catalyst? Feel that flow of this gentle three, the sacred trilogy, however you define that. Is you. The true honoring of you. The true focus of you, acknowledging you in this year. Breathe into it and allow the music that you are sensing to carry you through. That energy that is being carried with you, through you, in that magnificent flow is trust, is faith in yourself, and faith that the universe, the source, the God, the ascension and the ascended are here. Breathing with you, breathing through you, with that radiation of love, with that radiation of magnificence, with that illumination. Of the infinite within you. Knowing that infinite is possible. And if that infinite is possible within you, then know, take a deep breath. And know that that infinite is possible within all of you. So the leaders of this world can shift. So the leaders of your neighborhood can shift. So the leaders of your family can shift. So your internal leadership can shift. Breathe into that flow. When you have the recording, that flow is so perfectly smooth for you. Shifting your reality. Acknowledging the truth universally that you are the cataclysmic change that is happening. You are the guardians of your life and this planet. And as a guardian, you are taking care of you. Ego-free, with only your divinity that is in charge of your decision-making process. Only the divinity that is within you is acknowledging that flow. Breathe into it, dearest, and trust. Breathe into it and have faith. Breathe into it and love. And then be grateful. Always. For you are you. A magnificent being of compassion, light, laughter, and love. Always within yourself. As one. We love you deeply. We are here for you. And we bid you Namaste. Namaste. Namaste.
It's always my job to jump in as they come back, and I always feel like you should see the beauty of how they connect afterwards. And give them a moment to just come back. It's really beautiful. It's like, can't you just feel the two of them merge as one when that happens? It's just, it's so amazing. Yeah. Well, while they're catching their breath over there and coming back from whatever dimension they were in, I just would like to remind you that you will be receiving the replay. And that recording will be professionally rendered, and it will be part of that replay. That's one of Randy's gifts to all of you and to us as well. And I'll be sending that out within the next 24 hours. You're welcome to share the replay, the registration link, anything with any of your friends. We'd like as many people as possible to go into 2019 with this energy. And also, just to remind you, that we do have a special offer until January 11th, 111, which is our first double digit of the year for our subscribers. That gives you 10% off the double digit subscription and 10% off anything in our store. And as a subscriber, you can get 20% off of everything in our store because we have a special for double-digit subscribers in their member site. So when you log in, you can get that promo code. But for the initial 10%, it's Happy 2019. Super simple. Happy 2019 when you check out. If you have questions, send an email to info@Adironnda.com. Before we go, I think...
I have a question.
Okay.
This is going to be posted on our website, right?
Correct.
This recording.
And they will
And
also
it'll be posted on Facebook, so they could actually share it from Facebook.
Yeah, it'll be posted on our recording. And if you registered and we have your email, we can't send it to you if we don't have your email. So if you're listening to us from Facebook, you have to get registered to get that email. And it's on the Facebook page. Just look at events. Just go there and click on it and give us your email, and then you'll get the email with the replay. If you're on the Zoom recording, we have your email, and you will get the replay. And yes, it will be posted on the website.
You know, we sometimes kind of make things as complicated as possible, right?
Wrong. That's not the energy of the new year.
Change my
your
bracelet.
That's
See,
why
and
we
that's
have
how it works.
2019.
That's right. That's right.
Make things very, very easy and smooth.
That's why I have that's why I have an easy button sitting right next to my desk to remind me.
And we have a new closing to the double digit.
We do. Thank you to Robbie Adkins, who does our intros and outros. And, you know, we are so blessed to have so many talented people around us. I know Marilyn and I are just this goofy couple of people that wander around and play with anyone who wants to play with us.
That doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right.
Okay, we just wander around and play with everybody. We just love everybody. That's how I meant it. So thank you. Happy New Year. Happy 2019. Thank you so much for spending this little chunk of time with us and allowing us to gift you this beautiful activation and meditation. And we hope to get to play with you again soon. Mwah.
Mwah.
Where's Randy's? Where's his moi?
He's playing.
Mwah!
Okay. Namaste, y'all. Namaste.
Namaste.